Hello there, and thanks for taking some moments out of your busy day to listen to this audio note that accompanies this post. Listening within, how to boss up authentically. I don't know about you, but I always feel that September can be and is a transitional month, signifying the end of one season and often offering a pause for reflection. A moment to stop and take a breath before we head into autumn. Just as we start to think about changing our closets to accommodate different conditions, we can also find ourselves making changes in our mindsets and behaviours that perhaps started bubbling away underneath the surface during the carefree days of the summer months, now making their presence felt. And sometimes they're hard to ignore. So, are you feeling a shift already? Well, I certainly did. Firstly, from a group creative call that I had yesterday with the wonderful Claire Venus. And secondly, an impromptu dinner outing up to our nourishing local by boat under the moonlight. If you are reading this post, you'll see the pictures and they're worth a look because there's some lovely pictures of the moon that I took last night from the water. So, back to our nourishing local, where the discussion was around new adventures and making changes, which were well underway. My other half is also starting a new business venture. On the way back, however, from dinner, it felt as if we were fully immersed in the illumination and energy of the partial moon from the water. Very intoxicating and making its presence felt. Somehow, reconfirming and relaying those particular energies back to us that we were discussing at dinner. I'm saying all of this to give the following some form of laid back context. As over the last week or so, I've had this can only be described simply said as a nagging feeling for provoking me to get really honest and real with myself in terms of what I want to offer and what I feel I can offer, as opposed to feeling what I should offer. Some pesky questions kept making their presence felt, which were: is this really what I feel drawn to offer? Does it align and is it reflective with who I've become? Or am I hanging on to the past? Am I getting too caught up with what everybody else is offering and trying to be them in the process? And finally, if I change the tone of what I do and offer, will it be enough? My group session yesterday with Claire just made these self inquiries even more evident that I needed to address, provoking some very interesting internal responses. All of which resulted in me rewriting my bio, my profile, alongside my offerings that were more attuned to where I am now and how I honestly feel, as opposed to leaving me feeling drained by having to offer too much that realistically I just don't have the time to do yet. Another great discussion point, Claire, as this is not my full time career or job path yet, in brackets. Meantime, I would just like to take this opportunity, whether you are a free or paid subscriber, to thank you for supporting me and my work. It is such a privilege to have my work even listened to and read. So I really appreciate you taking the time to listen and read or read. So the refresh goes something like this. Who am I? My name is Salema and I've spent over 20 years helping people from all walks of life, including some celebrities, in inspiring creativity and passion in promoting good mental and physical lifestyle habits for many transformations in an overstimulated world. Salema's Nourishing Edits 2.0 is a simple and laid back creative newsletter audio video to help you re edit, restart, and reset your life in an overstimulated world. your bi-weekly Nourishing Edit 2.0 podcast delivered from my home on the water directly to you. Why Substack and why now? What's interesting is I went for dinner with another friend of mine the other evening, and I was talking to her about Substack, and she had no idea what I was talking about. If you are a free subscriber, you've already been on here. If you're new and you've just come to Substack, obviously this post is going out to everybody, then you might be intrigued to know why I believe this is such a great platform. I believe that we're in a time where less really does mean more. Less noise, more simplicity, and laid back vibes to restyle our lives in an overstimulated world. This platform allows us or me to do just that by having everything located in one space or a safe hub which you can connect to. In this hub, you can revisit your creativity, inspirations, and aspirations, as well as addressing the concerns for living in our overstimulated world. You can also access online live events, video notes, excuse me, audio newsletters, and podcasts, paving the way for something new. So, what is SALEMA'S Nourishing Edits 2.0? Well, it's a carefully curated selection of topics brought to you each week, especially for you, in how to balance well-being, creativity, and mindfulness, rediscovering your own style for living in the process. That's what I hope. Sharing insights, inspirations, and recommendations that most people will resonate to some level with to live well in this busy world of ours. Prompts, practices, mindful insights, and recommendations that you can implement straight away, helping you to reignite your creativity, re-edit and restyle your life to get your life back on track, basically, and in line with who you really are, or should I say, who you've become. There's no judgment here, and you'll also find me not too often, but often enough, posting notes on everyday thoughts and inspirations, or sharing someone else's work which has deeply resonated and got me to take action myself. If you become a free subscriber, then, so if you're new to this platform, you can hit the subscribe button now. You'll get access to my bi-weekly Nourishing Weekly Edit. This will be a weekly reflective piece to help you navigate personal challenges, transitions, and feelings in our technological landscape. Prompts, mindful insights, and recommendations will also all help you just spark your creativity and maybe help you restart your life. Normally, the podcast, as a free subscriber, you'll also receive the podcast. I was in two minds whether to make this just paid, but so many people are loving this podcast that for now I'm just going to keep it free. So I release a podcast every Friday, so every 2 weeks on a Friday at 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Or I should say, we're still in British summertime at the moment, as well as you have access to all the public notes. However, all of that being said, if you want more than this, then you might want to consider upgrading to a paid subscription, which is £6 a month or £65 for the year. If you become a paid subscriber, predominantly you will be getting live access. So yes, you'll get the weekly podcast like the free subscribers, but every last Sunday we'll have an opportunity for a monthly live nourishing intimate gathering, always leading with a theme, prompts and practices in the form of either a reading, a poem, or a chant, or a self-care practice to help cultivate clarity and inspiration. What you'll also receive is my life in style as a perimenopausal woman living in an overstimulated world with all the things that have helped me really that I can't and that I can't live without, including art, fashion, science, technology, yoga, and mindfulness. You'll also get lifestyle and wellness tips, hacks, and practices. If you haven't joined before, then if you're upgrading to paid, you'll get 2 weeks free on the Grokka platform to practice yoga with me. You just hit the button that's highlighted with Grokka, and that will take you through to full access for all of the excellent, nourishing nuggets, practices, meditations on that particular platform. So, what's the moral of this post, I hear you ask, Salima? Well, I guess it's just to reiterate that it's okay simply to be yourself. And sometimes we just need a gentle reminder um, of the essence that it's okay to simply be you. So, Salima's Nourishing Edits 2.0 is a reader supported publication. To receive, as I said, new posts, audio notes, podcasts, online invitations, and support my work, please consider being a paid subscriber. I'm not particularly fond of paywalls, although that may be something that I introduce as we head more into the winter. But for now, all the information is in this post. Everything that I've been speaking about is in the post. So if you're more audio than reading, don't worry, you won't miss out. There's nothing in the post that isn't here on the audio note. So I thank you for taking 12 minutes out of your day to listen to this audio note, or read the post if that's what you're doing. And I look forward to seeing you at an online gathering, hopefully. So it'll be the last Sunday in the month, so that's 2 weeks from now. So let me just double check the date of that. That will be Sunday the 29th of September. Until then, bye for now.